I swear, this isn't what it looks like. I swear to you, it's a mask. It's boot camp certified. Okay, let me take that off of here real fast. Okay, guys, so I'm going to be going over my entire boot camp experience, and yes, that is a part of it. So I have all my notes here. So if I'm looking down, not looking at the camera, I apologize. I don't remember exactly everything in order, so I got notes. Yeah, so if I say P days or like one tack something or two tack, that's essentially the week or day. So P days is processing days. One tack two, that's week 1, day 2. So during processing days, that's when you actually get processed. They do all the medical work, they do your dental, they'll make sure you're fit for full duty essentially. So you can go on, continue with boot camp. Your first day is essentially just arriving and they give you all your stuff, and you're actually going to be stamping it, making sure it has all your names and initials on it like this. This is when we upgrade at boot camp. Yeah, it has my name on there with my division number, and you'll stamp that on all your clothes. So after that, day 2, you'll be actually fitted for NWUs and you'll get your boots then. You won't start wearing your boots till P4, roughly, P4, P3. Quick note. You should definitely get moleskin. Bring moleskin with you so your feet don't hurt. It makes the world a lot better. So bring it with you. You can keep some stuff with you and keep it on you while you're processing into boot camp. And another thing is that the little boxes that you can put all your personal items, don't listen to your recruiters. It's not a lot. You actually should probably make sure you keep everything to a minimum, because you stick everything in there. All your dirty clothes, when they're not taking it, stocked up on a couple days, that has to go in there. All your like shower hygiene stuff goes in there. All your stamping kits, all like your pens, papers, sending letters to mom and dad, that all goes in there. And I swear, let me grab this. Let me grab this folder, what I had in there. Hold up. Okay, so I had this entire bag. This is a little sack and nap bag that they give you. And yeah, there's my division number and stuff. But yes, this entire thing was in my bag. I have all the letters. And a quick note, you should have your parents send it through Sandbox. Sandbox, they deliver really fast. It'll get to you within about 3 to 5 days. So tell them to use Sandbox. It does get a little expensive compared to snail mail, but it comes to you a lot faster. But yes, it completely shredded my DEP, my DEP folder. I had this in here. It's in shreds. So make sure you pack light and you buy light. So yes, so day P2 or P3, I don't remember exactly, but we did blood work. And after that, we signed fit for full duty, and we got beat in P days. That does not happen. I've talked to other divisions. They usually get beat one tack 1, one tack 2 roughly. So right after they do their baseline or their swim test and their PFA, we got beat in P days because some idiot in my division decided to graffiti in the head, or also known as the bathroom. He graffitied in it. He didn't own up to it. Everybody all knew who did it. Everybody knew, but he just didn't own up to it. So that was that. So after P days, or after that, you'll do your PFA, your baseline, and that is before you start doing your actual first week of training. So if you fail that, like a lot of people in our brother div, make sure you count your laps and make sure that you can run it under 16 minutes. Because our brother div, they lost 35 people because they couldn't count their laps. They lost 35 people in their division. I kid you not, because they couldn't count. So please learn how to count. So in one tack, that's actually most of the time you're in like a classroom and you actually learn different things about the Navy. So with that, you'll learn about the UCMJ, you'll learn about nutrition, You'll also learn about how to stand a proper watch, how to write in a deck log, and please make sure you know how to write in a deck log. We screwed over our starboard watch so bad so many times. He got beat for it a couple of times, and he hated everybody in our division because we kept forgetting periods, we couldn't sign out properly. Just focus on detail, it'll save you in the long run. But yeah, so we learned about that. We learned about first aid, what happens in armed conduct, or law of armed conduct, what happens if you're captured, so on and so forth. We learned about the different aircrafts in the Navy and different ships. We learned about anti-terrorism and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, so 2TAC. Okay guys, so also in 2TAC, they do security clearance depending on your rate. Since I'm in IT, I actually had to do security clearance, which was actually kind of nice because I was actually able to call my family before anybody else in my division, because I had to make sure all my paperwork was right and they have all the stuff they need for my security. So that was really nice. I was able to talk to my friends and family for more than I probably should be allowed to. I have to say, I was there for like 2 days in a row for like 8 hours just waiting, just sitting and waiting. It was kind of nice. I missed a lot of beatings then as well. So that was really nice to actually be able to take a break from boot camp in a sense. But yeah, that's what happened in for security clearance depending on your rate. So 2TAC, that's when Corona actually became really big. Yeah, so many in our ship. Ship is what they call buildings. Don't ask me, it doesn't make any sense to me. A building is called a ship. After processing, you move to usually your main ship that you're going to be staying at. But with us, during quarantine, we moved 7 times. That was fun, packing our sea bag and marching it all the way to wherever we're going. Different ships, like 6 times. So we went from 6-6 to ship 11 for quarantine. From ship 11, we moved to 7, and that was just a regular ship. And then from 7, we moved to 14. That was our permanent home. And then from 14, we moved to ship 9 for quarantine, and then ship 9, we moved back to ship 14. That was, and carrying your sea bag, it gets tiring, bro. I'm not gonna lie how heavy it is. It's not a fun time. I'm being honest, it is not a fun time. So we were there for 14 days, sorry. That was an interesting experience. We got only bag nasties. Bag nasties are essentially just bag meals. We had that breakfast, lunch, and dinner for 14 days straight. They were only turkey sandwiches that were dry. It was not a fun experience. I don't recommend it. I believe Nikki MGTV actually did a video about it, about some guy tweeting Donald Trump. I guess that happened when I was in boot camp. I have no idea what happened with that. But our bag meals did get better. They still had turkey sandwiches though. But I mean, we got more chips. It was good overall. So with that being said, that's when we got the orders to wear a mask. And this was our mask for at least the first 2 weeks of when we had, this is a brown shirt that we had to cut and use blousing straps. So blousing straps are what you use to put your, tuck your NWUs and tuck them so they're tied around your boots so they're not sticking out or anything like that. And about after that, 2 weeks, we got this. And during quarantine, we actually got pushed ahead. So we were at 2TAC3 when we got into quarantine. They pushed us to 4TAC4, which was like, yeah, we're gonna be able to graduate on time. Little did we know, after a week of training, we got quarantined again because a guy in our division got tested positive for Corona. And the only reason how he got caught was because he did a training timeout, pulled his hand up, said training timeout. He gently fell to the floor. An ambulance came, took him to the hospital. They tested him, and he came back positive for Corona. That was not a fun time, I'm not gonna lie. And how our RDCs are basically drill instructors, but in the Navy, what they did over the 1MC, so over the intercom system around the entire ship or building, they say Division 182, return to your compartment. Division 182, return to your compartment. And we're like, oh crap, we messed up big time or something, because that usually doesn't happen. We instantly thought we were all getting beat, and I was like, crap, maybe it's because I didn't wear my mask properly, like I brought it down to talk to like my friend a little bit, but no, that wasn't it at all. So when we get in there, we stand at attention on the tow line, and we were just like, oh crap, what happened, you know, trying to figure out like what's gonna happen, are we getting beat, what happened, so on and so forth. And our REC just starts yelling at us, you guys, blah blah blah, and he starts shaking the table really hard, and he broke it. He broke the table. I kid you not, he broke the leg of the table. I was like, oh no, we're really about to get it. This is how it's gonna end. So, but no, he actually is like, we're getting quarantined a second time, and he was not happy about that. He's been there. Our RDC was there for like 4 months, and he still wasn't able to see his family. And the RDCs actually were stuck on base, so they slept in the compartment next to us. So if we were allowed after taps, they heard us. And we actually got in trouble by a chief that was next to our compartment. But yeah, that happened. We got beat during quarantine, which usually doesn't happen either. There's a lot of stuff that happened. So after that, we finished firefighting and marlin spike. Sorry, I'm going through my notes. And then we also did live fire and all that. And then we were basically done for about a week or two waiting for our baby brother div. So after our second quarantine, our other brother div, that was our legitimate brother div, like 181, we were 182. They already graduated, they already left. So it was us, and they put another division, that was our brother div, we call him baby brother div. So yeah, we were basically done with boot camp. We were just waiting for our baby brother div to catch up. Yes, I also forgot to mention a thing. Our RECs, they were actually pretty cool. We got 4 in total. One left because he was dealing with a family issue. We got a new one, and he was actually his second time at RTC. So he's like an old school RDC. He was my favorite actually. And then our chief, we were his first push, and he's also becoming a warrant officer next February. So that was pretty cool. And one of our RDCs is a cousin to Jacko Wheeling, which I thought was like mind blowing right there. And with battle stations, right after you finished battle stations, there was 2 divisions that got quarantined afterwards because they tested positive for corona. But thankfully, I wasn't part of it. But no, other than that, I'd say firefighting, marlin spike, firearms, that's all fine. The simulation and firearms that you do, it's not anywhere close to the live fire. There is more kick, but yeah, besides that, I'd say boot camp was all right. Would I do again if I had to? Probably, but I have met some pretty dope people, I'm not gonna lie. Anyways, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.